Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is Monday, November 2nd, 2020. And boys, do you have a good weekend? Are you feeling good? Feeling fine on this Monday morning?
Does it look like I had a good weekend, Will?
Oh, it does. Your hair is very fresh. Check out Pat the Beef Cassidy.
Whoa.
He got a stunning haircut. Have you entered mullet territory though?
God.
The back is looking pretty wide for a beaver tail.
I mean, well, no, Will, thanks. You named me the Beeve, and it gives me a lot of latitude being a beaver tail. So let's just leave it at that.
All right.
But this is my
I think it still looks
this
like
is my first straight razor shave from a Puerto Rican man.
Right. I'm saying the barber wasn't like, okay, you want a close mullet.
And it
That
won't
wasn't-
be your last.
Oh, the
right?
barber was laughing to his buddy the whole time in a Spanish I've never heard. I am 50% fluent in Spanish, and I couldn't understand a word this guy was saying because he was saying it with a certain accent, so I couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying, and it was fantastic.
He didn't want you to hear it.
It does look very fresh though. He
look at
gave
these
you a
lines.
Clean cut.
I had a great weekend. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Great
Yeah.
weekend.
How was your weekend, Mark? What'd you do? What made it so great?
Well, it was just a lucky weekend. We'll call it. All
good.
around.
All right.
you about
Responsibly lucky.
Yeah.
Sounds very nice. Wes, you doing good?
I'm doing good. Yeah, a little
Doing
trick or
good?
treating. Ate
Okay.
way too much Halloween candy. Finally dove into that.
Nice.
So
Yeah. Tune into radio
Yeah.
to find out more about the Halloween experience. I talked to Senator Shoshana last week after the big tech hearings. Got her to commit to coming on for the next tech hearings. Intern Patricia was also a hit at her Halloween party in D.C., dressing up as Section 230. So it's just going to be a lot of big tech in Section 230 talk coming up around the holidays, regardless of how this election
Big
goes.
ups to
That's
Patricia.
That's just
I
an
love
outlier there.
for living her life, because that is a fucking awesome costume. It proves that we're nerd-ass nerds, but I'm just proud of her out there as 230.
It was a good costume.
She's doing it up in D.C. and I just love the tech talk. Like the hearing before was all boring and stuff like that, but the tech hearings are interesting. to
Well,
me.
yeah, and I was saying to Shoshana, hopefully Jack still looks like Gandalf at the next one, because that spices it up. It adds another layer to it and everything. So, yeah. All right. Well, we got a lightning round of stories today. All four of us are going to do two apiece. Wes, get us going.
all right, guys. Not everyone had a good Halloween. Some very sad news out of Quebec. We all know the freaks come out at night on Halloween, but sometimes the cowardly psychopaths do also, and that's what happened in the historic old Quebec neighborhood when a 24-year-old man dressed in medieval clothes and wielding a samurai sword started attacking people at random, killing 2 and wounding 5.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Why did we lead with that? Why did we lead with that story?
Well, it was like the biggest story of the
the big
weekend
story.
for real. I hate to see that it's a samurai sword. You don't want to, I was getting into the samurai culture with that video game. This guy this is not good for the samurais with this.
Not good at
In
all.
French Canada too? What is up with he was he just like too into Halloween, did it say? Or
Number one, he has mental problems is the obvious thing. Like 5 years ago, he made like kind of a comment in medical context, or that maybe he told a doctor that he was thinking about committing some kind of act of violence. But I guess Halloween was the day this year. So he went out. It started around 10 p.m. He started just bludgeoning people outside of a hotel. And people were hearing screams like there's a psycho with a knife. They thought it was a prank because of course it's fucking Halloween. But it was
the response time's got to be slower during
by
Halloween. 'cause
horse.
It's just like
yeah.
it's just like anyone could be the guy with the sword. Everyone's got a weapon, like a fake
Right.
weapon on Halloween. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think do they carry pistols up there? Do the Mounties carry excuse me. Do the Mounties
You're
carry
gonna have
definitely
trouble
have
with the
guns.
samurai sword, regardless of what you're gonna attack the guy with.
I beg to differ. Like swords, yes. Knives, I just don't get when people like pull off a big killing with a knife because it's just like run from him. Like how fast
this guy,
is he?
I mean, these people are unarmed. This guy's just with. If you have a sword against unarmed people, I mean, that's
It's
may
like
as well be a gun.
Swords
I mean,
like like 3-4 feet. I mean,
Right.
that's,
Dude,
that's hard to get away from.
Yeah, my aunt used to live in Japan. She gave my parents like a gift. One of their gifts that she got was a samurai sword. He used to play this thing. Those things are fucking heavy. They're enormous, and if they're sharp, just the sheer weight of them coming down on
it's like the scene in The Bodyguard where he tosses up the scarf. Right.
Yeah,
No,
and then
guys, I
just-
get it. I 100% get it. Swords are
The
dangerous
scene
as
in The
fuck.
Bodyguard.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
that
know
what
I
it
was
is?
talking
You
about.
watched
Yeah.
The Bodyguard recently?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
She's
the
playing with
sword's
the
got to be
sword.
sharp. The
Whitney
samurai
Houston is
sword is
playing.
sharp. It's a deadly weapon, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Kevin Costner movie, The Bodyguard?
Will
Yeah, I think so.
always love you.
Whitney Houston is playing with the sword, and he grabs it from her, and to show her that she's messing with the dangerous, he
Weapon.
pulls the scarf over.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh, is
exact
that how
scene
when
I'm
they have their
talking about.
kiss? Is that their first kiss?
I don't know. It's a very
Anyways,
hot.
that's a good time with the samurai sword. This is a bad one.
yeah. So they found this piece of shit around 3 hours later. They told everyone just to stay inside. There's a psycho killing people with a sword out there, so don't go outside. They found him at 1 a.m. lying barefoot and hypothermic on the ground. So they arrested
They
him.
should have left him there.
They really should have.
This also
they
could have
arrested
been,
him
could have
without
been
a
like
fight.
a big Canadian government anti-trick-or-treating thing, too, if you think about it. Has anyone looked into that as a potential conspiracy? That's one way to get them off the streets.
Do you think it's because they're so healthy there they don't want candy to be passed
It
out?
could
maybe?
be. I'm just saying. Just putting that out there.
Well, originally when I saw the story and was like, it's like Quebec's French speaking, I was like wondering if it had any like ties to the tax in France or whatever it is. I don't know what the tie is there, but apparently it's just this guy is just. They think it might be personal. He's not affiliated with any terrorist organization. He's just a psycho.
Oh, they think the guy in medieval armor might just be crazy?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I mean,
No, they said
It's
personal.
possible. It's one possibility of a myriad of
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They think the police chief said that he thinks it's personal in nature. So two
The
dead.
guy attacking people with a sword in
with an
2020.
intimate weapon, yeah.
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 He's
Like
crazy.
he knew maybe he
Licking
knew the
his
people.
blade.
Oh,
Maybe he knew them.
Yes, so a little bit different than what you're interpreting it as, Will. I think Wes is saying that is a potential.
Oh, you're saying this was a targeted attack?
It might have been is personal in nature, so he might have targeted someone. The details are still coming out, but it was they said it's random. This guy, the police chief, said it. He believes it to be that his motives were personal in nature. So I don't know. Maybe he had something against the hotel these people were walking out of. Maybe he
So
had.
there's no indication at all. That sounds like it could. So you have conflicting reports.
No terrorist organization is the only thing that they're kind of solid on.
Yeah.
Remember?
The only terrorist organization was inside of his own head.
Remember when that guy
Exactly.
defeated a terrorist with a fucking narwhal tusk in London?
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Similar
That was
situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So
Well, I wish
that's-
somebody had the narwhal tusk around this guy.
With
You think a
justice.
narwhal tusk could take out a samurai sword?
100. It's so much
Yes.
longer, bro. It's like a guy with a ton of reach boxing a little shorty in a boxing ring.
But it would
like
be
a
like
joust.
it would be like an epic battle, like in The Princess Bride. I mean, it would be like you defend yourself, like the sword swipes with the narwhal tusk, and eventually you'd knock the sword out of his hand and then pin him to the ground.
It's true.
I mean, I'm taking sword in that battle, but
What about
choice.
net? What about the net?
The net's unbeatable. Everyone knows that.
Yeah,
You can't beat someone with a net.
a net trident was always like even the gladiators knew. A little net and a trident, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Could have used a narwhal or a net guy in this situation.
true.
Yeah, hanging around.
So that's that.
All right. Okie dokie, guys. It's time for our weekly COVID update. Seems like we do one a week these days. Look, I'm not even going to get into which states are doing poorly and the stats because it's pretty much all of them. All right, I will say this. We had 100,000 cases in 24 hours on Friday, which is an all-time record in the U.S. But I will talk about how the top infectious disease doctor in the country, Dr. Anthony Fauci, has finally thrown restraint to the wind and said, look, I'm going to break from the Trump administration here, and I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat anymore. We are in for a world of hurt, is what he said this weekend, amongst other things. So, yeah, do you guys hear it? You guys see his
In a
interview?
first time breaking from President Trump.
Yeah.
The first time
Yeah.
they've ever disagreed.
Right.
He did it, finally.
He came out. He said, "All right, enough is enough." That's right. He said it's like what White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows said. The Trump administration has no plans for future lockdowns and has given up on controlling the spread of coronavirus because they say it's not possible to do so. And he says that's not true, and that we should try to stop the spread because they're trying to keep the economy open and get kids to go back in school. And Fauci says, no. we need to like have a national mask mandate and stuff. Don't listen to Mark Meadows, but I appreciate his honesty when they say they don't care anymore. So basically what happened, he said all the stars are aligned in the wrong place and we could not be positioned more poorly. So he just kept up with the doom and gloom. He also said he has a real problem with Dr. Scott Atlas. Do you know who this guy is?
That's Trump's hand-picked guy has
new guy.
no experience whatsoever in infectious diseases.
Dr.
whatsoever.
Yes Man.
He's a
right?
neurosurgeon.
I mean,
Yes.
He has no.
he's there to,
he has
to
no
read
Dr. Yes
prepared statements.
Doctor, what Fauci should have been saying all along.
Straight up, like,
Trump's
if you've ever talked to a doctor or a lawyer, same deal. You talk to a doctor or a lawyer, and you're like, "Hey, can you check this out?" The first thing a doctor will say is, "Bro, that's not my area of expertise."
Right.
It's so segmented what you know and what area you know. And Trump picked this guy that has no infectious disease background whatsoever.
I like to talk on all sorts of subjects, like I know what's going on when I don't. But yeah, it's a little different when you're.
He's like one of the campaign ad doctors that we've seen on all of the campaign ads everywhere.
It's like hiring a Dr. Drew.
Yeah, he's like
Dr. Drew
he's
can
like
handle
one
it.
step above a guy who plays a doctor in a commercial, in the information. He's the White House coronavirus task force advisor who's been talking shit about the effectiveness of masks and talking up the effectiveness of herd immunity. He also recently did an interview Atlas did on Russia's state-controlled RT network, where he claimed the U.S. was definitely rounding the corner on COVID this past few days ago, and he had to apologize this weekend for doing an interview with a foreign Russian-owned
with a propaganda
site.
Which one was
it?
RT network.
RT, yeah. That people don't know that is Russian though, but that is owned by Russia. Just like
Russia state
there's some Chinese ones too that people don't know are Chinese. But yeah,
But that's
So
where
anyways,
we are
Fauci-
in the world.
Anyways, yeah, right. Fauci went as
well,
far
no, but I'm
as
saying like regular people, you see a lot of just regular people
I
in the
agree,
U.S.
Will.
Both parties that follow RT and these other
I'm just saying
ones that
that's
are
where
run
we
by
are. That the
Chinese
president's
state media.
handpicked guy is doing fucking Russia propaganda network interviews,
Right.
and then he has to.
Well,
apologize.
they pose as a news network. They try to get you to believe it's a real
Atlas
news
said
network.
Atlas said he didn't know. He didn't know they're Russian-owned. So he
Right. I mean,
apologized.
people who don't know RT is Russian don't know. But you'd think if you were in the White House, you would have that level of awareness probably.
Yeah, Fauci even went as far as to praise Joe Biden's stance on the coronavirus by taking the advice of experts and being open to a national mask mandate. And guess what? The White House and Trump are not real happy with Fauci. So I don't think there's a reconciliation coming anytime soon with that. Yeah.
They hate each other.
Yeah.
They've hated each other the whole fucking time.
Trump's like, Fauci's doing another interview.
Fauci's looking for anyone who will listen to him, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Just listen to me.
Yeah, please, guys, we need to.
Will I get a boss that'll actually not cancel my meetings for 8 months straight?
Yeah, please.
Trump's like, he's doing interviews again. Somebody get me the video of this nerd throwing the first pitch.
Hasn't Trump canceled Fauci's biggest? I heard him complaining that Trump has canceled every task force meeting for 5 months or something.
He hasn't been to one in months,
Yeah,
yeah.
Fauci
he
said
hasn't-
that Trump hasn't communicated with him on coronavirus in months. Yeah.
Right. So that's.
Yeah.
I think he's just he's
not
locked
important.
out in the dark.
Yep. That's it.
Well, speaking of politics, let's keep it there. This one comes from Ryan in Dallas, and it's about people fearing about unrest. Depending on however this election goes this week on Tuesday, people are worried all over the place. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott has already called for the National Guard to be prepared to assist Texas law enforcement should the riots or protests break out in the cities and businesses and buildings need defending or whatnot. And the same is being done throughout the rest of the country, even though everybody's obviously hoping that the National Guard doesn't have to be called in. The National Guard has
I
600.
don't like the sound of this.
No, it's not good. The National Guard has 600 troops stationed and ready to go in Arizona and Alabama to be deployed anywhere where they may be needed. Again, hopefully not. But cities like D.C., New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, and other cities that have seen continued demonstrations already in 2020, a lot of shop owners are boarding up their storefront windows in worry that violence could intensify based on the election results. Property owners have had to deal with record-setting wildfires, hurricanes, riots, property damage this year in the U.S., and it just seems like they're not willing to take any chances this week. But I'm hoping that none of this stuff is needed. I mean, hopefully that cooler heads prevail. You guys are concerned at all in your neighborhoods?
Not in my
I don't know.
neighborhood.
I don't own any property, so no.
People are gonna die.
Oh, come on.
I'm
That's
kidding,
stupid.
but or I'm not. No, there will be violence in some way, shape, or form. I hope not, but it's true.
Why do you feel that there's absolutely going to be that? Because there's a lot of
Rhetoric.
people who
I
feel like
think
you are like
rhetoric from the
taking the
top.
day off work.
Rhetoric from
Like,
the
there's
top. I feel like
So you think either, no matter what the result is, there will be violence?
100% because of
that
Trump, in my
sucks.
opinion. But that
stinks.
It stinks. I mean, you had guys who were trying to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Like,
But they were also trying to kidnap Trump.
understood.
Oh, yeah, also not Trump
Oh
affiliated.
no, I understand they were not Trump affiliated. I understand that. I'm not blaming those dudes saying they're Trump affiliated, but I'm telling you what, from the top, there's been nothing but division and divisiveness. And no matter, I don't know if there's gonna be like riots in the streets. I don't think that's necessarily gonna happen, but there will be violence. Someone will die.
You're saying it's trickle down division.
Oh yeah.
I'll say
Some of the
if
best
Trump
division.
wins, there will be riots.
If Trump
wins,
loses, there will be riots.
but from the from what I've seen so far, the riots are coming from people that would rather have Biden in office. It seems.
Well, there's a difference between
yeah.
protest and a riot, but yeah.
This is interesting because I've seen the exact same argument going on in the comment section on Twitter. Basically, everybody's saying that everybody else is going to be violent about the outcomes of the election. Hopefully, everybody's just chill because everything I see is people being like, "Well, I'm not going to freak out. They're going to freak out." So hopefully,
There's been a
what happens,
literal.
and
The
everybody
strategy of the current president has been to divide to a level where people, if people are saying online like, if a fucking Democrat is my neighbor, and they've said it to me. And you're a communist. There's been like a stoked division that's going to explode in a powder keg in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if
like
it's
the two-party system.
But,
but a little
that's
bit
why-
different.
That's why Hard Factor's message is to not divide.
exactly
We're-
don't
So
keep it
I
together.
think I can speak for all of us when I say just relax.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
This election will come and go, and
Listen
either
to
way,
our coverage, and we're going to soothe you through it. Right?
either way, at the end of this week, we are going to have the oldest president in United States history. That is a fact. The world will keep spinning. That is also a fact. The sun's going to keep setting and rising. Another fact. But since people are acting extra crazy, let's take it to the internet to laugh at the people who are trying way too hard to get you worked up about the election. Number one, Lady Gaga, who did a PSA to vote for Biden in front of a Ford truck, took one sip from a Coors Light and then spiked it on the ground. It was very unclear if she's trying to mock truck drivers or relate to them. Coach Doug's of Barstool also did a nice spoof video of this, but you can see if you're watching youtube.com/hardfactornews, Lady Gaga got, lambasted by the internet. KFC's getting her Brianna chicken fry. I said that she looks like a video that just says, fuck this completely full Coors Light, because she just spikes a full Coors Light.
That's the biggest
That's
problem
a
with
waste-
the video, if
it's
you
a
ask
waste of
me.
a good beer, yeah.
Yeah. Number two, from listener Dennis McElhone, Alyssa Milano. She's always out there trying to be on the right side of history. But on Saturday, she had trouble with recent history of Ruth Bader Ginsburg's name, posting her RBG Halloween costume 2 times, both times with the incorrect spelling of RBG's name. First try was RGB forever, obviously.
I do that all the time with the letter. Yeah, I always mix up the acronyms.
Yeah, do you get it wrong on the second try when you spell Ginsburg wrong, though?
No, usually if I catch myself, it's embarrassing. I'll try to double check myself.
With Twitter, you just because there's no edit function, you just got to let it ride. It's like that. I think that was the design of Twitter. Like, you fucked up, you just got to eat it.
Not if you're dressed up. Not if you're dressed up.
I mean, you
like her.
dressed up as her. You'd think you'd know how to spell her name. And then number 3, don't have a picture for this one, but all the jackasses shutting down traffic, trying to rally for Trump or anything else. If you are traffic protesting, fuck you. Let people get to work and fuck anything else other than traffic protests and people making dumbass videos online. Anything. All of that stuff. Fuck all that from getting us worked up this election week. We're all going to take a deep breath, relax, and we're going to try to stay on the live stream until there's a winner. Positive vibes only. Tricaliper.com/factor, promo code factor if you need CBD to chill out this week as well. Just let's relax.
Goose Fraba. What was the second? What was the misspelling on the second Elizabeth?
She spelled Ginsburg with an E instead of a U.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Come on, lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
All right, guys. Staffers on the Biden campaign were traveling to from San Antonio to a suburb in North Austin when they ran into something unexpected. And that's a motherfucking Trump train. Yeah. Sorry. Will you try to drive down I-35, one of the most dangerous roads in the world in any way? Well, guess what? There's a whole bunch of trucks, MAGA trucks, with their MAGA flags.
are huge.
And you know what they're
Double
going to
flags.
do? Dangerous ass shit to your fucking bus. So the bus was wrapped with a Biden-Harris.
Guy had a weed flag.
These fucking assholes, man.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa,
That's
he's like
crazy.
cutting them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see that.
So-
He slammed into that car. And,
Holy
and
shit.
So what was happening there, guys, is there was so essentially the Biden-Harris bus, which just had staffers on it, was traveling from San Antonio to Austin, or Pflugerville specifically, and these pieces of shit, these pieces of human garbage, felt it appropriate to protest by surrounding the bus and slowing them down to 20 miles an hour on I-35, which is
They literally ran him out of town.
dangerous as fuck.
Actual Trump.
The car that got sideswiped there was believed to be a Biden staffer who was essentially trying to separate.
What was that guy? He posted the thread, or
That was that was a doctor that was going into town to speak, but there was a Biden staffer that was trying to essentially be like, dude, get off the ass of, that's from what I can tell, get off the ass of the bus and the truck that was on the ass. That's a very prestigious place when it comes to dangerous
Hold the
traffic
line.
protests.
Yeah, hold the line.
So and it was like a Pontiac Aztec that was being driven by the Biden staffer. So the truck went right into him with his cattle guard and said, "Fuck you, man."
The staffer posted an after picture, like in a garage, of the damage to the car, and it was total on the one side, probably $10,000.
Very cool. Does anyone understand the Gaga video a little bit more now? I don't know. Maybe that's kind of what she was saying.
Yeah, it was that similar style truck.
Yes. Anyway,
What was she?
I
saying?
think Gaga was making fun of those people
The
that are in
truck
pickup
in her
trucks.
video
that
was
are
like
gonna-
the same truck in the video that we just saw.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I couldn't tell if she was trying to be funny or not. It was very impossible.
I don't know what she was doing. But guys, Trump tweeted the video of the cars slowing the Biden train right down with the words "I love Texas." So if you thought our president might condone seriously dangerous behavior, no, he's going to be way into it. He's going to encourage it because that's
No,
awesome.
that is condoning it.
Yep, Biden, in kind of the same way that he tweeted a guy yelling "white power" in the villages in Florida, which, by the way, I've done a lot of digging. The villages in Florida has 50 golf courses, 50 for 120,000
awesome.
people. We're from a town of 90,000 with one golf course. Like, what is this trash? Like,
That's a great place to retire, it sounds like.
I know.
No
right?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
50.
Definitely dangerous with the trucks bullying the Biden bus. What exactly did they then cancel? Because
So there was a
cancellations,
joint
right?
event between Biden Harris and some of the Texas people that are running for office in Pflugerville that they canceled, which I kind of understand.
Was there anything with the actual VP or president?
I think Biden and Harris were going to be there, and they canceled it. Now Biden and Harris were not in the bus. They said this is too dangerous.
Yeah.
Essentially.
See, to me, it seems like I feel like going down there and then making fun of the truck drivers would have been a pretty good opportunity for them.
I agree. Let me get confirmation on that, whether or not they were going to be there or
Yeah.
not. I agree that the cooler thing, it is a bitch thing to cancel
I think
it.
just focus on other states. Texas is probably going red, and it wasn't like
Right, I
one-
agree. It's probably a waste of
It
time.
wasn't like one crazy person. It was a large.
But
group
you
of
could make
people.
a PR stunt out of it, and
Yeah,
I
but
don't
how
know.
many
I mean,
more people would have shown up to the event?
I'll tell you what Obama would have done. He would have showed up and been like, "What the fuck are these losers doing?" and made fun of them. So I mean,
that's what I think. Like, just go out there and make fun of them anyways. That's what I was. That's when I heard. So when I saw the truck stuff over the weekend, I was like, oh man, hopefully we get a good retaliation speech.
This is
and then I heard it was going to be canceled.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's.
If I heard how many you said 12 trucks and one of them ran into a car, I'm gonna go straight to Pennsylvania.
yeah. This is
Right.
some
Yeah,
high
that's what they
school
did, yeah.
level bullshit, and it was encouraged by our president. So anyway, the FBI is investigating. So awesome, dudes.
Yeah, I saw
they're all going
Pflugerville
down.
PD didn't. They refused to do anything.
They're all
but yeah, I
going
guess
to
the
jail.
FBI is looking at it now.
In other Texas news, guys, Texas Republicans are still trying to suppress votes in our state here, which is really bothering the fuck out of me. Because one of them wants to be the new
So much
energy.
so that you left the state.
One of them wants
Yeah,
to
you're
be
in
the
New
energy
York.
secretary, I guess. Sorry, Rick Perry didn't work out. First, it was Governor Abbott, who was blatantly suppressing votes by limiting the absentee ballot drop boxes to one per county in Texas. Now it's
that was
Everyone
that-
gets one, like Spider-Man.
yeah.
So they've done that one.
Now,
that's staying.
several
in, right?
conservative Republican activists and candidates are attempting to get 127,000, you heard that correct, early voting ballots tossed out from the majority Democratic Harris County. They're trying to get these ballots tossed out because they were issued through drive-through voting. And their argument is that drive-through voting violates the U.S. Constitution somehow as an illegal expansion.
Can't count that.
Of curbs.
Can't count that.
Here's their argument for real. Curbside voting is a thing in Texas. If you're disabled, you can curbside vote. You can pull up, someone will come to you. They're claiming this is curbside voting, and curbside voting is only for the disabled. So they're trying to throw away 127,000 votes. This is just so fucked up. Stop trying to throw people's fucking votes away. We're in a weird ass time, bros. This is the second time this has happened, and luckily the Texas Supreme Court struck it down. The second time that Republican lawmakers tried to get these votes tossed out. Now it's going to a federal court because they won't let it go because they all want to be fucking energy secretary. It's pathetic.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, and it doesn't matter anyways because I saw something like 53 or more % of return ballots have been Republican registered.
It does matter, though, whether you're Republican or Democrat, that you're fucking some assholes trying to throw your vote away. That's disgusting.
What I'm saying is them fucking with these votes doesn't seem to matter with the outcome this year.
I agree, but regardless of outcome, someone trying to throw your vote away is infuriating.
No. I'm with you there.
That's like the Russia collusion argument, you know. Like
next midterms and going forward, they need a better system for the voting.
Well, and also COVID with all the fucking everything that threw a loop on it all. So,
damn. Yeah. Texas is skeeting all over the Biden campaign. That's
getting under Pat's skin.
Dude, fucking voter suppression is not a partisan issue. It's an asshole issue.
No, absolutely
I agree.
Not. Absolutely not. It all votes that are from people that are U.S. citizens that are alive.
If they attempt to give the vote, you should consider it.
Speaking of that, good point, Beef. Speaking of that, you should check. Like I did mail in. I know you guys are in Texas, so you had to do in person. But I did mail in, and there's a little voucher that you keep from the from the ballot when you mail it in. You can go and check. So like if you save that, which hopefully you did, and you want to make sure that your vote counted, you can go and check, and your state will have it on record if they received.
That's like what Marianne Williamson did, everyone's favorite kooky Democratic candidate for president in the primaries.
Yeah, she's like your kooky hot aunt.
Everyone's kooky hot aunt. She checked, like you said, Will, and hers is pending review because she signed her name like slightly different than what's on her ballot.
Oh no!
Yeah,
which by the way,
hers as a flag
is bullshit. No, so like
classic Marianne Williamson.
I heard an interview with a handwriting expert, and they were saying like your fucking signature changes, but they will throw your ballot away. That's more voter suppression. They'll throw your ballot away because it's like what?
Which state is she in?
It's
California?
so complicated. Yeah. Every state has their own little.
Every state, it depends on just every state has. It's probably arbitrary based on when the rules were made. You know.
Also nonpartisan to say. I want the system to get better.
The voting system to be more secure and
that
easy.
voter suppression is going to work both ways. The one Pat was talking about probably works, maybe one way more.
Well, I feel like Utah. There's certain states with small populations like that have done it good for a long time. But I don't know. It's probably models.
We're going to get through it, guys.
Yeah, we're going to get through it. It's going to be a big day. All right, guys, moving over to the UK where Boris Johnson, we heard Mark talk about how Fauci's warning that we're fucked. Well, Europe's already fucked. Boris Johnson has announced another national lockdown as COVID numbers skyrocket. It's estimated that 1 in 100 people have COVID in England. Over 1 million cases, over 46,000 deaths. It was 1 in 200 early October. So it's just doubled in a month. So it's like it's fucking out of control. More crazy numbers. There were 28 confirmed deaths and 5,500 cases in the UK on September 21st, compared to 326 deaths and almost 22,000 cases on Saturday. So it is running rampant again over there. And like we've covered before, a lot of different countries are shutting down, going back to lockdown, declaring states of emergency. It's fucked. And people are actually giving him shit for this. Actually, Bubba, let's roll the clip, Bubba, and listen to Boris, what he had to say real quick.
Unless we act, we could see deaths in this country running at several thousand a day, a peak of mortality, alas, bigger than the one we saw in April. And from Thursday until the start of December, you must stay at home. You may only leave home for specific reasons, including for education, for work, let's say if you cannot work from home, for exercise and recreation outdoors with your household or on your own. I'm afraid non-essential shops, leisure and entertainment venues will all be closed.
Yeah, so standard
Boris is
lockdown.
looking pretty trim.
And also, that video is just so ripe for a deep fake. Like, I don't know. They need to mess with the lighting on these videos now. Because I don't know shit about deep faking. And just by that video, I could deep fake that in 10 minutes. It just feels that way.
Yeah.
It could be deep faked for sure.
What about it makes it more deep?
Because he's separated from the background, so he's well lit and separated from the background so easily, or so well separated. I don't know.
And because he's hilarious to deep fake.
Yeah, also that.
Yeah.
Mainly that.
It's got a gut feeling
anyway.
there, Will.
So Boris is in trouble, Wes?
Well,
They don't
anyway,
like
yeah.
it?
Well, Boris, he's getting shit for this from like former leaders, saying that this guy Lane Duncan Smith is claiming that he's giving in to the scientific advisors, basically their version of Fauci, I guess. He's getting shit for being pressured. I don't even know what the fuck that even means. The numbers speak for themselves on this one, Duncan. So new lockdown
I'm
starts.
pretty sure Trump's making fun of him too behind closed doors.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get made fun of until Trump has to lock down again, and then then that's gonna be the best path possible.
Well, yeah, and it's the same thing. It's like the opposition is saying, "Oh, this should have happened 6 weeks ago. If he would have done this 6 weeks ago, we wouldn't be here." It's like the timing is just everyone knows best when it's fucking right in your face.
I hope we don't have to have another lockdown over here. I mean, but it seems like if Europe, because like it was like before, Europe got it, they had to lock down, and then our spike got worse. But maybe if we haven't locked down so much, I'm hoping. You know what I hope is that of all of us in America not being able to agree and a lot of people not being able to wear masks avoids us from having future lockdowns because we've been so shitty at it already that maybe like our spikes are just like, I don't know. Like it's like, like a relativity kind of thing. Like we're already relatively so high that maybe, I don't know.
You think
we
they'll
have
have
to
like age
lock
lockdowns
Yeah,
eventually?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. If we have to lock down again, I'm going to pick up a new bad habit. I haven't decided what yet, but I'm going to pick up.
Yeah, let's try a new drug.
Exactly. I'm gonna
What
pick
could
up
you
something
do? I mean, what could the next thing be?
like maybe like spice.
No,
Spice?
you don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't want that noise. It's trash.
I don't know what I want, but I want something.
Okay.
Heard you like to get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soak you
All right,
out.
guys. Well,
Well,
I forgot that. Wes,
You want to go
are
on
you
a
still
boat
going?
ride?
yeah. One more. Oh, I just wanted to cover the thing. One interesting story that Andrew Parker sent us is this article where these people if you violate COVID, you can face up a huge fine. It finally happened. They handed out this huge fine to this christening party. They showed up to this guy's house. He had 50 guests in there for some christening of his son or whatever. They handed him a fine of $11,600, and the guy's like bitching like, "Don't you know what went into this party? We have so many guests in here. There's food. There was DJ. It was like this big event." So they went in and saw this guy just like having the party of his life, and they were like, "Fuck this guy!" Gave him a $11,600 fine. There's video of it. You can watch it, but it's like jumbled, so I didn't think it was worth it. But yeah, I mean, they're handing him out now because it's getting real bad over there.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks to have double lockdowns in Europe. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a story that I think everyone is going to enjoy. You know how sometimes some people in relationships with people they like will hide something about themselves that they are nervous about the other person finding out?
Yeah,
Like they went to jail.
like your whole
I went to
personality.
jail.
Yeah, or
I
your
have-
beautiful
I have a bunch
genitals.
of kids. I have I have a micro penis. I have I have been divorced 3 times. I'm a crazy person, stuff like that. Well,
I was on a reality
29
show.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was on dad camp. Well, a 29-year-old man in Mumbai, India, was hiding something from his 27-year-old prospective wife until after they were married, guys. And he did that by always wearing a toupee around her, if you know what I mean. That's right. As you can see here in the stock image of a bald guy, he was in fact bald. But he didn't let his wife know. So that's what a bald person looks like. This pissed off the hoodwinked woman so much that she is pressing charges with the police against him. And the complaint is for a case of breach of trust. And the police have asked the man to surrender. So it sounds like this guy is going to have to face the music, and there's going to be a court hearing where he has to explain how bald he is and how that it's not a big deal.
So how long had he fooled her with it?
Through the entire courtship. I don't know. They didn't say like how long it was, but
They
after
didn't give
marriage,
an amount of months.
on his wedding night, he ripped off the toupee.
Enough where they didn't bang, or they banged like at like a baseball game where you had like he'd keep his hat on.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. Is like
This is
couldn't
her
have had
fault.
too much sex before.
This reminds me of the Asian man that sued his wife because when they had babies, the kids turned out really ugly, and he found out that that she had a bunch of plastic surgery, and he
You
sued
couldn't
her.
be this good looking based
Yeah.
on these kids.
He sued her and he won because he was so mad that his kids were so ugly. He's like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
It sounds like it's about to happen again. Like
Yeah.
that she's about to win. In her complaint to the police, the woman said that if she had known her husband was bald, she would have absolutely refused the proposal. She
Well, the
also,
precedent is set from
Yeah.
the Asian court.
That's fucked
right,
up, bro.
Yeah.
People are bald. Deal with it. It's not a big deal, you asshole.
but she was deceived.
Well, it's a deception.
She also allegedly confronted her in-laws to talk shit about their son and ask why they didn't let her know. And they tried to explain to her that his being bald is just a minor issue, which she wanted nothing. She wanted to hear nothing about that. She was like, "No, it's pretty big. He's bald." That poor bastard's confidence is shot now forever. He's 29 and he's fucked because his worst fears have come true.
Everybody knows he
via
tricked somebody.
an ugly
yeah.
divorce and the horrible social pariah status that is coming his way after his trial of him covering up his baldness.
He's like,
Yeah,
hey, I
you're
let
a
you
threat,
wear makeup.
You're the guy.
Yeah. What was he like, Dark Man? Like where you're like, or like in Mission Impossible, where the mask's running out and he's got to run away at night because she can't be around him at night when it's too humid.
What a scheme, though.
His hair falls off and it's too humid.
It doesn't make any sense because he was gonna unless they don't know anybody at all, like in town,
He was
or
trying
have
to,
any friends at all. Like, how would this ever work out?
He was
No, the
trying to
friends
win her
aren't
over with
going to
love.
sell him out, Will.
Right.
Like family, friends.
They're not
like,
going to
yeah, no,
sell
no,
him
no.
out, man.
Mark's
That's
right.
that's a choice he made.
He was trying to be like, now that you love me,
Right.
I have something to tell you.
What?
He thought
That's
that
not
he
how
thought
it
she
works.
loved he thought she loved him
found
enough.
out
Would you rather
Well, not
that
that much. Not
or herpes?
Not,
Which would you
that
rather?
surprise bald head.
Bald or herpes? Which one?
Huh?
Would you rather bald or herpes?
I mean, she would probably rather herpes.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Do I want a bald woman? No.
I shave my head enough anyway. I'll take bald.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, so that's an uplifting one, right? That's a little more fun.
That was fun.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
uplifting.
Yeah, okay. That's a fun one.
All right.
Not for anyone bald out there, but yeah.
No,
Sorry.
no. For everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad news for bald people. This is good news for everybody, or at least people in a few states. It's another election and another reminder that 4 states. I'm gonna have to put my shades on for this because my eyes are a little red. 4 states are voting to legalize marijuana on the ballot for their citizens to vote on this November. This
That
week.
is good news for everyone in those 4 states, and anyone not in those 4 states, because it's coming down the mountain, right?
Exactly. Also, it's good for anybody who wants to visit those 4 states. They're 4 pretty cool states: Arizona, South Dakota, Montana, and New Jersey. Arizona and New Jersey obviously being the 2 big ones for population there. Also, Mississippi is voting on medical marijuana program for their citizens on the ballot. So if you're in one of those states, the 4 with recreational on the ballot and also Mississippi with medical, Tuesday is your last chance to vote on this particular issue to get marijuana policy changed in your state. And surprise, surprise, they're all expected to pass except for maybe South Dakota, because when you put it on the ballot, typically people are like, yeah, let me buy weed. So, that's just what's going to happen there. You guys, so which of those states would you travel to first?
New Jersey. I'll be there tomorrow.
So you're picking, well, yeah, I mean, that's obviously for New York,
Arizona.
that's big.
Arizona,
Yeah,
is
Arizona's
closer
closest.
to Texas. Yeah.
Okay. No pheasant hunting in
New
South
Mexico.
Dakota.
Honestly, Arizona's the big win here, guys. Straight up, it's one of the most beautiful states in the nation. Easily, it's got some dope ass towns like Bisbee. It's got some weird ass towns like Tucson is like an artist community. It's very strange. Arizona, getting stoned and walk around in the zones. I'm in.
Never been to Zona. Gives me an excuse to go. It's close to Texas.
You know what?
Arizona.
I hear you. New Jersey is going to be most people's picks just because of population. Everybody's closest to it. Arizona, perhaps the prettiest, but I'm going to say Montana. I'm gonna opt for the snow and the hills.
Big sky country.
Yeah, but nice big blunt country.
I would also go there.
Good luck finding an airport in there. So
Yeah, I mean,
just saying.
I don't know. I'll just figure it. I'll figure it out. It'll be an
Practically.
expensive flight. It'll be an expensive flight, but then I'll be seeing like bears in the flesh.
Right, but once you're there, it'll be not expensive.
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
well, like you can't go to fucking Bearizona, which is literally a theme park in Arizona where you can drive through and hang out with bears.
No. I'm talking about in the wild.
Oh, yeah, you gonna risk it?
Montana's got like
You gonna risk it?
Buffalo. Montana's got. I'll
Sometimes
risk
you don't
it.
want the heat. Sometimes you want to escape the heat. and
Yeah,
go to
it's
big
no.
sky country.
It's called Bearizona, dude.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
but
awesome.
that's like I don't want to say. I don't want to be high and then looking at a captured bear. Actually, I do.
Yeah, you do. I was with you last time you saw a
we
fucking
did.
bear,
Yeah,
you
we
idiot.
did that in
and you
Canada.
loved it.
It was awesome.
You
It was
loved
great.
it.
But I would rather see it in the wild still. Even
What was
even
that
with
bear's name?
From very far away, maybe.
Okay. No, inside a car. You stay
Yeah.
in the car. Hands and fingers inside the car. All right. So not only you could vote that in those states. Not only is it your last chance to vote for weed legalizations in those states for adults over 21, this week is also the last chance to bet on the 2020 elections in general at predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20. Use that specific URL to get your first $20 matched on any deposit of $20 or more and get in on the action with us. We will have a blog coming out before the election live stream goes live with our projections, our maps that we've all picked, our locks and our upset picks, and go to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20. Use that specific URL to get your first $20 match on your first deposit of 20 or more, and then follow along with us at the election live stream. We're going to be tracking our bets the entire time. Going to be a very fun time.
You heard me. Okay, real
fun time.
quick, last one. We're going to move quick through this, guys. If I had a superpower, it would be the ability to not have to pay for a meal at a restaurant ever again. How sick would that be? Just thinking about that
That's
today.
Good.
That's the number one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most practical. I would get in
Over
trouble with a lot
flying
of others.
and invisibility.
I'm going to die with that, and I'll die with both of those. So
Okay.
I'm trying to preserve.
Wait,
here.
what was the other one? You said
Flying,
yeah.
I'm dead. Invisibility, I get nothing done because I'm just perving. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
This will
So
keep
free
you out
meals.
of trouble.
All right. Well, you're a man of the people.
Anyway, guys, one Vancouver lady had the same fantasy, or she was broke because last Thursday she went to use the can at a Vancouver restaurant she was using, and she never came back. And that's because she very cleverly started crawling out of the restaurant through the bathroom ceiling. All she had to do was clear the kitchen, and then actually I have no idea what the fuck she was thinking. No clue how she would get out of the ceiling. It sounds like meth was involved, if you ask me.
Yeah.
She was in the vents?
Yeah, she was in the vents. I guess the restaurant called the cops. And
She had watched a movie earlier.
dude,
that
where?
day.
How the fuck
Only
was she gonna get out?
explanation. Yeah.
How was she gonna get out? Must have been a drop ceiling. So she like climbs up in the ceiling in the bathroom. What was she thinking? They called the cops and they were like,
yeah, drugs and movies.
"Yeah, this lady's in the ceiling," and the cops showed up just in time to watch her fall from the ceiling. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty amazing. She bumps her head. The Royal Mounted Police are just like in the kitchen. This lady's in the ceiling. At this point, all the staff is crowded around.
Oh shit!
And bam.
Oh, shit.
She falls to the
straight
ground.
through.
She fell straight through into the cop's arms almost.
There you
after
go.
she-
Good for her that she didn't fall onto that like sharp metal
that
shelf.
could have been bad.
She looked like she
hit
could
her
have killed
head.
herself easily.
Yep. Or she also could have gotten a free meal, Wes, and she was willing to risk it. That's youtube.com/hardfactornews. If you want to see that video, guys, thank you so much for listening. Hey, massive fucking day tomorrow. Huge day. Election day. Let's all keep it calm, as Mark said. It's going to be peaceful. We're just going to read you the facts as they're coming to you. We're going to be live streaming the whole time. It's going to be insane. Insane. So tune into that and have a great fucking day.